internet. Welcome on TikTok, welcome on YouTube, welcome on Twitch, welcome on LinkedIn, and of course, welcome on Facebook Live. There we are, tremendous stuff. Mad Dog Johnny has just joined us. A very, very warm welcome and a very, very good evening to you from me, Scottie McClue. Great stuff. Lots of new TikTok videos for you, so get watching and get liking, I say. Tremendous stuff. And a very warm welcome to you on the internet phone-in for this Wednesday evening. How amazing is that? Come on the chat. Let us know that you are there, of course. Subscribe and tap the bell on YouTube. We must get these subscribers moving upwards all the time. How amazing is that? There's the wonderful Dee Gourley. Good evening, Scottie. Good evening, Dee. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-Doo. You're live on Scottie's phone-in. Who's that? Hello?
Hello, Scottie. It's Martin. How are you, son?
Martin, well done. You're very quick off the mark tonight, la.
Oh, yes. I've got a whole bunch of TV series for you. I am going to read out to you.
Right.
And you can tell me if you've seen them.
And have I got to tell you if I know them or not?
Yes.
Right. Excellent.
Can I find the book?
Yes. No, get the book. I think that's important.
Oh.
You've got...
Where's the book up?
Right, where's the book, Martin? Hello, Martin, says Dee. Dinky-Doo. Hi, Scottie and Dee, says Susan. Hi, Susan. Lovely to have you with us at Dinky-Doo. So there we are. Wonderful stuff. And you know the guy who works in the castle? There we are. I might be, Natasha. Yes, indeed. And Dinky-Doo, I say to you. There we are. Quick off the mark now, Martin. Very quick off the mark tonight, folks. Are you not on TV? I am indeed, Natasha. You're quite right. Are you there, Martin?
Yes, I'm here, Scott. I've got it. Here we go. First Minister.
First Minister, yeah, absolutely superb. Yes, Minister, do you mean?
Yes.
Yes, Minister. Yes, that was the one.
2 pints of lager.
2 pints of lager and a packet of crisps.
Yes.
What else, Martin?
2.4 children.
Yes, absolutely.
After you're gone.
After you've gone, Dinky-Doo, lass, a speechy beachy.
At home with the breakfast. At home with the breakfast.
Yes, Natasha says, I do know you. Yes, at home with them.
Balak's Angel.
Oh, now Balak's Angel, there's an absolute belter for you. That was fantastic.
Monarch of the Glen.
Monarch of the Glen on a Sunday night with Richard Bryars and Susan Hampshire. Wonderful.
Birds of a Feather.
Birds of a Feather, yes, absolutely super. Pauline Quirk.
What about Charmed?
What was that one called?
Charmed. It's a TV series, Charmed.
Oh, Charmed. Oh, yes, remember that one, yeah, absolutely.
Cold Feet.
Cold Feet, yes, Cold Feet.
Next one is CSI New York.
CSI New York, very much so. Is it not still going?
Aye. Doctor Who, Dr. Quinn.
Listen to this, JJ Burt here. You're about as Scottish as Mel Gibson. What kind of daft comments that, JJ Burt?
I know.
You know, I mean, what are people like? You can't get more Scottish than Scottie McClue. I am Scotland personified. Yes.
What about Doctor Who, Dr. Quinn, Father Ted, Lovejoy?
Oh, Lovejoy on a Sunday night. Fantastic. Ian McShane.
Yes.
Superb.
What about...
And a gentleman in Lovejoy wore a hat just like this.
This is nice.
Yes.
Lovely.
What about that? Does anybody remember the gentleman in Lovejoy that wore a hat like this?
Yes. What about Mrs. Brown Boys?
Mrs. Brown's Boys. It's still on. It's great. Very, very funny. Right, I think that's plenty for now, Martin.
Okay.
Lovely talking to you.
Okay, I'll talk to you later on.
Talk to you later on. Lots of love. Dinky-Doo.
Okay, love you, bye.
Love you lots. Bye. There we are. That's our Martin. What a guy. Fantastic stuff. Hi, everybody. Dinky-Doo. Hi, Eddie. Lots and lots of things tonight. You're live on Scottie's Phone In. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie. It's me, Glenn.
Oh, Glenn. How amazing are you?
How you doing?
Fantastic. Dinky-Doo. Kalilio's shouting Taggart.
The fantastic last call what you had last night, Sky.
Oh, wow. Edward.
It was brilliant.
What was he like? Amazing. Yeah, interesting.
It was a touching last call, that one.
Yeah, very interesting, man. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Tinker had the hat. Dinky-Doo. Thank you, use Andrew.
It was brilliant. Your two communication, the last call you had, definitely.
Oh, gee. I'll upload it. I'll upload it, I think, Glenn.
Yeah, you've got to,
Yep, absolutely.
A good guy, anyway.
Yeah, and I'll need to upload one from your good self as well.
A really nice guy. If he phones up, just stay positive, innit?
Stay positive, that's what it's all about. And you guys were beautifully supportive to Edward.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
But also yourself as well with him.
Oh, Glenn, you're very kind.
Everything you were saying to him.
Oh,
we're human beings at the end of the hour.
Kalilio says us TikTokers missed the end of that. Kalilio, the only reason for that, we would have gone over the hour, which means I can't upload the TikTok 3 minutes. So that's why I'm back on TikTok.
We're all human beings. We all go through bad times and good times, don't we?
Glenn, ups and downs. And that's why it's very important we're all there for each other.
Yeah.
You know, absolutely vital.
Yeah, definitely. And this is the place to be, isn't it?
This is the place to be, but I want to get the subscriptions up on the YouTube channel. And by the end of tonight, there's no reason why it shouldn't be 3,000.
A lot of people they just don't.
Well, they don't bother, you know, they're getting fed up. They've done it for everyone else. It doesn't have anything in it for them. This has got something in it for them. It means they get their notifications.
They seem to think it's got to be some sort of topic-based thing, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. All that nonsense. No, we can talk about anything. I mean, we'll talk tonight. We'll probably mention the budget, but we've started on television channels, television programs.
Exactly.
Beachy, I love this. Beachy says, I watched it on Twitch after 10. Beachy, I wish you'd also watch Twitch. Does it cost on YouTube? No, Kalilio. That's the whole thing. The word is subscribe. And it's a wee bit unfortunate because people think, oh, is this going to cost me? It doesn't cost you to subscribe to Scottie McClue. It's free.
The word subscribe can be a little bit deceitful, can't it?
Well, no, a little bit of dubiety over it.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
A lot of people seem to think,
there can be dubiety and it can cause a dichotomy.
Yeah. You're having to subscribe to things, you're having to pay for things. It's not, it don't work like that.
Well, you don't have to pay a thing for Scottie McClue ever unless you actually wanted to.
Unless credits running low on phone, Scottie, or something like that.
That's it. And it's now that, you know. There's Kirby the Annihilator from America, the ineffable and wildly handsome Scotsman himself. How do you do, Mr. McClue?
Scottie, where do you work your phone calls through? Is it through Skype or?
Through Skype, yeah.
Through Skype, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Perhaps you need to make it clearer because I thought subscribe was a cost. No, I think a lot of people think that, Cornelio. And subscribe on YouTube, Scottie McClue's channel, absolutely 100% free.
Subscribing means that you end up getting the best of it.
Yeah, you get the best of it, absolutely. So there we are. It's YouTube. It sells that use the term subscribe. Sorry, it's YouTube itself that uses the term subscribe. I know. And that's why we want everybody to subscribe. It's free. Guys, go and do it now.
Would you say the good lines then through Skype then? Would you say it puts a good signal out?
Well, excuse me, Glenn. Are you and I talking to each other?
Exactly.
So I think there's your answer, lad.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you know what I mean? I remember in South Yorkshire one day, I got this second-hand lawnmower. And it had a squeaking wheel, which I was pressing on with. And the neighbor appeared with a can of, you know, a certain proprietary squirt. and he squished the wheel and it went absolutely 100% silent. And I said, I've just got this mower. Do you think it's any good? And he said, well, it's cut your grass, isn't it?
Well, what do you want?
You know, and I thought, this is beautiful. This is Yorkshire. You ask a question, you get an answer.
There is times though when you've got products or whatever you've got, saying is it any good?
Yeah.
It does the job, doesn't it?
Well, it does the job, and I mean that's what it's about.
As long as you know what you're doing and you know how to control it. And
well, I mean, I remember getting a new clutch in my car, and I said to the mechanic, "Do you think it's all right?" He went, "Well, you're getting all the gears."
Yeah. Do you think the fundamentals are more modern things are still around in Scotland?
Well, I think people ask questions because we get our confidence knocked all the time, usually by the people that should be building it up. So you end up getting a little bit unsure of yourself. And of course, governments love that because they think, hey, a bit more control here.
That's where people jump in and it kind of thing.
Yeah, instead of going, no, help these people out. They go, right, what can we screw them for?
Yeah, precisely. We'll take advantage of the situation.
How much can we get out them old ladies for gas?
And it's all wrong, that, isn't it?
Well, of course it's wrong. Of course it is. And I mean, this is why you think, you know, you see, one of the reasons getting out of Europe, we had lovely cheap food and lots of it.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the supermarket, the shelves were absolutely bulging. You thought, hey, them carrots are a good price, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, a couple of, obviously, with lockdown and that, which I won't go into too much detail, but people were just panic buying, weren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, that's what's wrong with them, Glenn, you see. Couldn't get their act together.
Toilet rolls were just going off the shelves like
that. Yeah, toilet rolls, I mean, now, you know, you've only got one bottom.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I remember somebody as a joke had put on, we'll swap 4-bedroom townhouse in London for 2 toilet rolls.
And putting prices on the toilet roll for that, 10 to 20 quid. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
You know, same with hand sanitizer.
Exactly. Didn't they ever use it before this situation?
No, this is the whole thing. Nobody bothered, you know?
It took a big pandemic for it to start.
Here, what about this? Billy Ness says, I think Yorkshire folks are very honest and to the point. 100%, Billy.
And Scotsmen are as well, Scott.
The Count Murky Lago. Good evening, Scotty. Hope you had a good day. Jara John. Dinky-Doo.
We've got natural resources out there, Scotty, haven't we?
Yeah, and we should be using them. And we'll find out what the climate's saying.
If we did like a Bear Grylls kind of thing.
Yeah, well, some people feel like Bear Grylls when they lose the mobile.
Yeah, definitely. Have you seen them and
love his stuff. Absolutely love it. Yeah.
And all this and
very clever. Mind you, that we can't really all live like that. You know what I mean? Because
a lot of people, you know,
police would come and get us if we started lighting fires and cooking sheep and you know.
Yeah, it's like a zombie kind of world at times with mobiles, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. Well, they're all on them. You watch in the train when people used to say, I'll tell you this, love, you used to sit in the train listening to conversations.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Well, is that Chesterfield? Ah, it's next stop. I'm off. Yeah, they used to. I know I'm going to Dronfield, love. And you had all that going on, right? And now, not a sound. They're all tap, tap, tappity, tappity, tap.
Unless your signal breaks down.
You know, and you feel like saying to your friends, anybody want to come round to mine on Saturday and go on the phone?
Yeah, exactly. Do you think there's too much of it now?
Oh, far too much of it. Having said that, I think you should be on it when Scottie McClue's on.
That's the most. That's the mandatory bit.
I think the whole raison d'etre for mobile phones should be to get the internet phone in.
But mobile phones aren't used just as mobiles these days.
There's a Rooney from saying to me, up the Royal Artillery.
Do you remember when the big house bricks were out, Scotty? The big old phones.
When it first started?
Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. The first mobiles.
Correct, yeah.
Right. Here's one for you, Glenn. We ordered two for a radio station, right? Now, your problem was it was only your pal that was on the network. It was like a small car battery with a great big broad strap you put over your shoulder.
Yeah.
And you carried this, and it had like a full proper receiver on it and a dial.
Yeah.
And you carried this thing around, you know, and you could ring your mates and hang on a minute. Beep, 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 beep. Hello? Hello? Yeah, hello, can't hear you. Yeah, hello? Oh, beep. Oh, it's rung off. And that, you know, how's that for communication? And now look at it.
Yeah, it's just...
I love Rooney. It says, stop blaming this on the government. Are you joking?
If you can't connect through your mobile, connect through your Wi-Fi, don't you?
Hey, Chris is saying to Rooney, he knows what you are saying is not daft, unlike yourself, he says to him. I love the TikTokers because they've got me back, Glenn. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, anybody starts, they start on them.
It's a good bit of banter, and it's got a
bit of banter. Anyway, Better Dash, talking of banter.
Well, you've got that, though.
You've got all that?
You've got banter everywhere, haven't you?
Oh, there's banter. But it's on here, and we love that.
That's you've got it all together, Sky. You've got it all.
Well, we're getting it together. We're getting it together, La. And thanks to the likes of thee.
It's only going to get better, isn't it?
It's going to be huge. Trust me. This will absolutely explode.
Scotty, you just want the subscription.
Yeah.
To just build up, don't you?
There's Chris.
Hit that subscribe button.
Yep. Hit the subscribe button on the YouTube channel. It's free. Love you lots, Glenn.
Love you, Sky.
Dinky-doo, la.
Dinky-doo, Sky.
See you, la. There we are. That's our Glenn. What a top man. Absolutely. What you all say? D. Gurley. Haha, Scotty. Love it. You can use good quality vodka as a sanitizer. All right. There's Mike saying, Dinky-doo, sir. Great to hear and see you. Mike, thank you. Lovely to have you with us. And Dinky-doo, it's 30 years in June since we all met. Isn't that absolutely incredible? That's a top broadcaster joining us on the stream. What have I joined, says that Scottish couple. You've joined the internet phone in. The world's top broadcaster, hashtag FloatEye, first lord of the internet. So there we are. Based in Topcliffe in Thursk. Up the, what are you talking? Ruin. What rubbish are you talking? Up the Royal Artillery. Yes, indeed, we've got that. Runa, you never see, you're shouting out Chucky Allah. That happened 99 years ago. You're a bit late. That Scottish couple, absolutely wonderful stuff. Dinky-doo. So, Runa, don't start bringing in a lot of nonsense politics that people aren't interested in. There we go. Ban him, Scotty. I think I will. If there's any more cheek, we'll just send him Doon the Swanee on a lifetime ban ticket. There we are. Doon the Swanee, says every day. Yep, absolutely. That's what's happening. Hello, Martin. Good evening. Good evening, everybody. Hi, Eddie. Last of the summer wine a classic. A few wore a bonnet like you, says Billy. Absolutely, Billy. Dinky-doo to the TikTokers. So lovely to have you with us. And thank you for all my likes. Doon the Swanee. Yeah, we will do. The only politics I'm interested in Scotland gaining independence and building a fairer nation. Absolutely, that Scottish couple, especially after today's budget. That was a bit of a damp squib, wasn't it? And no mention of Brexit, the costs. I'm not doing too bad, says Dee. Been a busy week. My mum's in hospital, so a bit of a worry. Dealing with some family things, but plodding along. Hope you're doing okay. Dee Gurley, what a fabulous lady. They love you on here, Dee. You're welcome, Dee, says Susan. We should donate the Waverley steamboat to the Up Hellier in Shetland. Do away with it. It's the Titanic week. Professor Numpty, that's a dreadful thing to say. Chris says, I'm Catholic Celtic fan. Yes. They're not mutually exclusive, you know, being Catholic and a Celtic fan. Ex-army, British soldier, married to an English woman. What do you think of that, Chris? That's the stuff. Tell him to get it right round him. Fantastic. Not seen the budget, nothing to talk about. Calelio, there is nothing to talk about, really. You know, it's sort of give and take. It's McGee and McTack. There we go. Scottie. So there we are. No, Runa, no. Well, I'm not him. So I don't care what he said. Nobody else says it on here. There we are. June Joy. No, Nigel, we don't do these. Is Kareem calling tonight, says Glenn. Let's hope so, Glenn, but he hasn't called yet. So there we are. That's it. Good Yorkshire answer for you. Fantastic. Hey, up, Mr. McClue, my darling. Listened to you in the 90s on the radio. Wondered where you went. Glad I found you again on Tinternet. Claire McAndrew. What a privilege to hear you. Yes, where did you used to listen? And we'll piece the jigsaw together. I'm looking for bus drivers, says Keith Snedden. Keith, we'll see how we get on. No discrimination or racism on Scottie McClue. Kareem is a top man indeed. Scottie, let's make a deal. Well, Ruani, you'll have to start talking sense and not living 100 years ago. You're live on Scottie's phone in. Who's that?
Hi, Scottie, it's me again.
Oh, Cled, for goodness sake.
Scottie, you're going to keep you on your toes, aren't you?
Yeah, you're keeping me on my toes, La. But would you not rather leave a wee space between your calls?
No, it's nobody else phones up in it. You might as well just keep it fresh, aren't you?
Well, keep it fresh, love. Well, I've got Andrew saying, are you the real king of all media, Scottie? Yes, I am, Andrew. I am the first lord of the internet, and that's where the media's at these days.
That's where it all began.
Yeah, that and the old digital radio nowadays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The old digital radio songs, really.
We'll have to get Scottie on the digital radio as well.
Yeah.
We'll get the internet phone in on the digital radio.
That'd be good, wouldn't it?
You can still call it the internet phone in, because it always will be, you see. It's beautiful.
Could you broadcast this on radio then, Scott?
Yeah, of course you can. All you need to do is hook it all up.
Yeah.
Off you go. Everybody can get it. Get it in the cars nowadays.
Yeah. Later.
They should be able to.
Yeah, on radio, on DAB.
Yeah, remember, we've only been running now. We're in our 7th week.
Yeah.
This is number 60. Yeah, just over a couple of months. There we go. Fantastic. Number 62. Well, remember, we did the mornings. We did a week of mornings.
Yeah.
Oh, hang on a minute. I'm getting a connection notice here.
All right.
Something's happened to the connection. Please stand by. We're restoring it. So I hope it's all right. 24 billion for housing, says Danny. That's not bad, Danny, is it? It's a start.
Do you think that's decent, Scottie, that 24?
24 billion. Well, Brexit, it's a tenth of the cost of Brexit. So there could have been 11 times that for housing.
There's still a lot of homeless people out there, though, Scottie, isn't there?
Yeah, well, I think you'll always get homeless people in that they're homeless for a whole variety of reasons. I mean, some of them are very fragile mentally. Some of them are on substance abuse, drink, drugs, all that stuff. Some of them have just fallen in hard times. Some of them are wounded soldiers that they're not looking after properly.
It's just a matter of bad circumstances, Scottie, really, isn't it?
Professor Numpty, he says, connections back, Scottie.
I think sometimes you've just got to think you bless your lucky stars, really, aren't you, at times?
Well, of course you have. I always give to people because, they're one paycheck away from me,
Yeah. Things get took for granted, don't they?
Well, of course they do. I mean, this is it. It's a tough time. I mean, you look at, we're trying to get the GoFundMe together. We're nearly halfway there. I think we're a $5 short. It's not bad, is it?
So it's coming on strong then, isn't it? Definitely.
Yeah, so 50%. We've raised 50%.
Yeah.
You know?
But it's like I said, it's just going to have to just go from strength to strength, really, and it's...
Ruani says, how do I ring in, Scottie? Ruani, you look in front of you at my TikTok bio. Below that is the YouTube link. Click on that, subscribe, tap the bell, doesn't cost you anything, and you'll get the phone number. We're live on
time,
YouTube.
Will you do some alterations to your fonts and that then, Scotty? Like
Yeah, I mean, we'll start to, you know, I mean, if we can get some little bits of money in, we'll start building.
Yeah. Jazz it up a little bit.
Well, from little acorns, great oaks grow.
Exactly.
What's your thoughts on the Queen not attending COP26, Scotty? Well, it will reduce a little bit the caliber of COP26, not having somebody like the Queen there. But having said that, she, you know, is working very, very hard, and I'm sure they'll stagger by.
So she needs to put her feet up a bit, Scotty, and just take it.
I think she deserves to put her feet up. I mean, she'll always remain Queen, you know, but she works terribly, terribly hard.
A lot of people don't appreciate that, do they?
No, they don't understand it, Glenn, the half-wits.
Yeah.
You know, there's a lot of half-wits out there. They didn't stick in at school, and they've never done very much since, you know.
And they think she just sits there just doing
they think she sits in a castle, as they call it. I mean, would you like to stay in a castle? Woo! Little bit chilly for me.
You'd love it for a night, Scotty, wouldn't you?
Well, for say, hey, can you get them big paraffin heaters in, please? These big diesel heaters, and blow up the heat for the Great Hall.
Oh, that'd be
I said, shut them, put them tapestries up, and shut them doors. That's where draft's coming in. No point worrying about the windows. They might as well be open.
A nice evening in the castle.
Yeah. Yeah. Shut that big front door. Hurry up. Come in quick.
You'd be the lord of the manor, Scotty.
Get them big diesel heaters in for Great Hall.
Get them have a big firework display.
The big diesel heaters. Have you ever seen them? When I heating broke down once in a church. Now, I don't know if you've ever sat in an unheated church, but it is not for the heart. I mean, Eskimos would feel the chill. You know, Santa would be shivering. So anyway, this lad owned a garage, and he had these big diesel heaters.
Yeah.
They were fired up with diesel air heaters, and he got in and fired the place up early. Ooh, it was lovely and warm.
I don't like it when it gets a bit close, a bit toasty, Sky, at times, you know, like a bit chilly.
Oh no, we like to see the seasons, Glenn, but you don't want to sit in your house with no heat. And I worry about the old folk while these companies are you know, screwing every day. You know, and saying, oh, it's the wholesale cost of gas. I mean, my company wrote to me today and says, don't worry too much because we buy, our prices are way ahead.
Yeah.
You know, they're well organized. What about this? Does Glenn want a man? Says Keith. I love his accent.
Brilliant. Do you reckon...
Dee Gourley says, haha, so true, Scotty. It's cold in castles.
They should be looking out more than for elderly when it gets to winter times, these companies.
They should be looking for them, seeing they're all right. I mean, I know some companies do have a conscience, and they put you on a register of vulnerable people. So they're not going to screw them for the bill right away if they can't pay, you know.
They're few and far between, though, aren't they?
Oh, very few and far between. Here's Alice in the north of England, a new radio station for Scottie McClue. I hope that is in the budget. Isn't that lovely? There we are. Well, we're saving our police, and from little acorns, great oaks grow.
So while it's doing well on the internet, just keep it as it is, Scotty, innit?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the UC cut is not good for families, says Susan.
Yeah.
So she's talking about budget. So there we are. There's Billy Ness advertising a lovely gas company. They buy their gas way ahead of time. Isn't that lovely? Glenn, I'm going to have to dash la.
Scotty, it's not going to please the public, the budget's half the time, is it? With prices, prices increase. Never. No.
And what are you doing? You're shoving up the beer, aren't you?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
You know, I mean, I can remember beer at 2 and 2p a pint.
Yeah.
2 shillings and 2p.
It's about £3.5 a pint now, Sky.
Half pint for a shilling.
£3.50 a pint.
Ah, too much. I'd maybe have a half pint.
Some pubs charge you £5, Scotty.
Professor Numpty says, what about for television programs? I'm not a celebrity. Get me in there.
Do you think, I'm a celebrity, get me out of it? Do you think it's a case of them getting the career back on track, Scotty, innit? When they've had
Sometimes I think it is, actually. I mean, I've kind of resisted it, although I did go for Big Brother and I got into the final of choosing,
You should have gone. You should have gone in Big
Well,
Brother.
I think they were a bit anxious about me because I'd worked for television before they said that,
The most eccentric person who were in Big Brother, I'd say, was John McElroy. The racing.
Oh, yes. Yeah, he was great.
I think he was the most eccentric one out of
John McClure.
Yeah, John McClure. Yeah, he was brilliant though.
10 to 1 on.
He didn't give a damn, did he? The way.
That stuff. We love all that. Glenn, I'm going to have to dash. Dinky-Doo, la.
Dinky-Doo, Scott.
Love you lots.
Love you, Scott.
Night, Lala. There we are. That's our Glenn. What a lad. There we are. Scotty for King of the Jungle. There we are. Dinky-Doo. And also D. Oh, shut that door. Oh, remember, shut that door. Larry Grayson. I remember seeing him in one of the television companies. He was very friendly with my boss. And, I was shouting at somebody one night and they were coming down the stairs. I had to do a runner. I thought, my goodness, it's the boss with Larry Grayson. Oh, shut that door, dear. Fantastic. Wonderful stuff. Follow us as soon as you can. Excellent stuff. Hello, it's me, Lauren. Dinky-Doo, Lauren. Scotty, can I ring you? Of course you can, Rooney. Yes, absolutely. My gran said she used to love you, says Natasha. I thank you, Natasha. Round about that number, absolutely. Scotty's getting hacked. No, I think I might have got hacked on Facebook, guys. So don't accept any invitations on Facebook from Scottie McClue. He's going to hack you. I'm going to dump him. What do you think of COP26 in Glasgow, says Natasha? Well, I think it's going to mean problems. It took me hours to get home tonight. And we had to go through several times 2 feet of water on the Hillington Road. What about that, guys? There we are. Incredible stuff. Dinky-Doo, do you remember Shut That Door? Wonderful stuff. Now, get it, ruin you. I love the wee queen, says Natasha. What do you think about everyone stopping like trains and buses? Do you mean the protesters or do you mean the strikes? Tell us what you mean. Scotty, what was the gun called on the Golden Shot? The gun wasn't called anything. It was the Golden Gun, I think. And it was Heights that used to put the bolt in. It was a crossbow. There we are. I'm sure it was a crossbow. You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that?
Hello, Scotty. It's Martin again, mate.
Oh, Martin again. How are you?
Yeah, very well.
Yes. What's happening now?
There's a thing called Silent Witness and Shoulder Shoulder.
Oh, hang on a minute. Stephen Menzies says, I accepted. The guy was asking for money. You might have to change your password for that Facebook. Ah, yes, we might just do that, Stephen. Thank you. We don't want any of that. Guys, don't, any money only through paypal.me/Scottie McClue. There we are. Don't give him any money.
Are you going to upload that video you've done tonight, yeah?
The video I've done tonight? Oh, yes. Did you like the one? Did you get the one about Belfast?
Yes, I did. I am always tend to download them, then watch them back for as well.
Right. So we'll upload this one tonight, Martin.
Cool.
Yeah, you'll get it on YouTube.
Yes. So how's your?
You get it on Twitch. If anybody's watching, go and follow me and watch on Twitch. Scottie_McClue.
Yes. Cool.
Now then, I'm sure it was known as Bertie the Crossbow, says Professor Numpty Heat. I don't remember that, Professor Numpty Heat. There we are. Stephen Menzies, yes, I hope. Just block that guy then. But make sure you block the right one. Guys, if anybody gets a Facebook request from me, ignore it. Okay? I don't send out requests. So just ignore it. Scottie McClue does not send out Facebook requests. HM is right not to attend COP26. I think it's not going to achieve much except headaches for Glasgow and its citizens. Bernie the Bolt, Elise, yes, there was.
When it's finished, Scotty, I have heard fireworks today down in my village. The first firework I have heard since I've been down here.
Oh, Martin.
Yes.
What did you think?
I absolutely hated it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think, well, don't hate, Martin. Remember never to hate, because you're shutting off an avenue of learning.
I think they should ban them, like we said a few days ago. We should ban fireworks.
Yes, I think we should. And I've put up that video, Martin.
Yes.
Thomas from Glasgow talking about banning the fireworks. I put that up today. Did you see that one?
Yes, I did, mate. I did.
Good. Excellent stuff. There we are. Well, we'll look at that. Fantastic. Now then, Bernie the Bolt. That's right. He followed Heights the Bolt at Bob Monkhouse. There we are. What do you think of COP26? Do you think it'll make a difference, says Natasha? I don't know how much of a difference it will make. We should let the Queen enjoy the last years, taking it easy. That's one long stint she's had. Cornelio. Insulate Britain, protesters blocking the roads. A poor lady died. Yeah, I mean, we shouldn't really be having this. That is not the way to go about it, because you're only inconveniencing.
You are definitely talking my own language.
Talking your language, Martin. Dad's army, because I really think that all these wonderful actors, you see, it was really nothing to do with war or the army or even the Home Guard. It was to do with very, very talented actors trained in the theatre, all getting together to make a TV show.
Yes.
You know, I mean, people like Arthur Lowe, Jean Le Measurer, yes, Ian Lavender, Clive Dunn, you know, fantastic stuff. James Beck, that played Private Walker, John Laurie, we're doomed. John Laurie, wonderful old Shakespearean actor from Dumfries. You know, been acting in Shakespeare in the West End for years.
Wow.
Who else have we got? Bill Pertwee, the warden, the vicar, the verger. You know, outstanding actors, the whole lot of them.
Yes. I've made pals with Susan here.
Oh, excellent.
Susan's a great friend. We always chat quite a lot. So she absolutely loves all your shows. She absolutely loves them all.
Wonderful. Keith saying good night. Good night, Keith. Dinky-Doo, I say. The connection went and came back again, Scotty. The connection's letting us down tonight, guys. I do apologise, but it's circumstances beyond my control.
Can you still upload it still,
Yes, so I'll upload it, Martin. It should be fine. Don't worry about that. Listen, you take care of you.
I am going to download it later on when it's uploaded, so I can put it on my laptop and I can watch it all back again.
Fabulous. Well, that's what we'll do, Martin. Take care of you now. Love you lots. Hey, a Dinky-Doo. Dinky-Doo. What a top man. Sorry if we've got a bit of jumping around tonight. Lagging on YouTube slightly, says D, but all good now, though. Maybe it's the weather. D, what are the subscribers looking like on YouTube? We need to get that up. Who's ringing? Who's calling the golden shot? You're live on Scotty's phone in. Who's that? Oh, matey boy. Oh.
Just a quick one here tonight, buddy.
Yes.
Not got a lot of time tonight.
Right. Well, we'll not take up your time.
Well, I was. I phoned up.
Are you practicing the organ?
Just pin back your lugs.
Have you ever played a 16-foot pipe?
Open diapason 16-foot, yes.
Is there a 32?
There is a 32 contra bourdon, and there was also a 32. You would probably call it a resultant 32. Now, what that means is that if you played an A on the bottom pedal, it would result on an E at the top, which is a fifth. And if you played an A coupled with the E, it actually results in a 32 foot. It's just a very, very, you have to listen to it carefully to feel the vibration.
Wow.
That's when organs are not equipped with the proper height to actually create a full 32.
So would you be talking, is there a 64?
There is a 64, which is probably only one of very few.
Now, would that be something like Westminster Abbey, St. Paul's Cathedral, Liverpool Cathedral? Would they have a 64?
They would have. The Westminster Abbey would have, I think, not the cathedral. I don't think St. Paul's does, but you would
The
have,
Westminster Cathedral doesn't have, no?
No, you would need to go to Carnegie Hall, you would need
Right.
to go to Melbourne House. In Australia, you would have to go to all these famous town halls to be able to see and all of that.
Because St. Paul's had a fabulous organist called John Scott. And John was, I think, a few weeks younger than me. And John passed away a few years ago.
I knew John Scott.
Yes.
I knew John Scott. Yeah, John Scott was fabulous. He was there for many, many years.
Many years, outstanding man.
Now, I just have to compliment you on something tonight. You probably do have one of those time delays, which I've noticed, and I commend that to you, because I was on a national phone-in tonight, telling a funny story of talking to the late Rangers captain
Walter Smith.
Walter Smith.
Yes.
And what happened was, in my young heydays, just after graduating, I used to play in the Mariner restaurant at the Moat House in Glasgow.
Yes.
And every Saturday night, Walter came in with usually David Dodds and half of the team. And they used to have their dinner, and regardless of what the score was, they always came in and had a meal.
Investigators from the Australian
weekend.
Yeah.
And one weekend, I was getting my white dinner jacket dry cleaned. So I chose another jacket that I had in the closet, and it was a royal blue jacket. And I wore this on one night, and Walter came over to me, and he said to me, "Son, if you wear that every Saturday, I'll tip you a tenner every weekend."
Isn't that lovely?
And I thought that was fantastic. And I told this story tonight on one of the stations that you'll know about. And they asked me, did I know anything about football? And I said, no. I said, I couldn't tell you anything about football. I couldn't tell you anything about the Parkhead team or the Ibrox team. But I said, I can tell you that the guy was absolutely fantastic. And that was the story that I told on one of the football phone-ins tonight. So I just thought I wanted to share that with you.
That's a beautiful, beautiful story, matey.
So yeah, so it's funny that, you know, not being anything to do with football, but it brings back some memories of your work. You know, 25 years ago when I was playing in the Moat House for they call it then for beer money, because that was about all you got, actually, you know. So I just thought I'd throw that in there.
I think that is absolutely lovely, because I'll tell you this, matey boy, I used to get my equity card and stuff singing in the miners' clubs, and they used to say, no, we don't have a lot of money. All the minor clubs spoke like that. We don't have a lot of money, son, but you can drink as much as you like. And I thought, well, you're not going to end up with any money, but you could end up quite a young alcoholic, you know.
But I'll tell you what this brings me back to. When I was just checking the radio tonight, they didn't have a delay machine. Now you have a delay machine, which means obviously if MD says anything inappropriate, that you can quickly edit that out. And I was surprised to find that this certain radio station didn't have that. And the guy said to me, well, watch your P's and Q's and don't say anything inappropriate. And I was quite surprised at
you
that.
Thought we wouldn't get away with that on Scottie McClue. It's actually called a profanity delay device.
Right, and it's about 10 seconds, isn't it?
Well, you can set it. I used to work on 7 seconds. And it's also quite good in case anything was libelous. And I think I've told you the story of a very, very big solicitors firm in I think it was Manchester, very senior. It may have been London. And I wasn't there, but the big wigs from radio were attending. And the senior partner was in because of the importance of all the radio people being there. And he didn't really say much. He was sitting with his beautiful grey silk suit and his pink silk tie and his white shirt and his hair all coiffed up. And at the end of it, they'd said, so Scottie deals with libel and things, yes? And he said, so they said, does anybody have any questions? And he spoke for the first time. He said, could I ask, how long does Scottie have to decide if something's libelous or not? And the programmer said, 7 seconds. And he went, oh my goodness, it can sometimes take us months. Is that beautiful?
That's very true. That's very true. Yeah,
you know, so that was the stuff. So it was wonderful stuff. So it shows you. So you had to be on your toes because some people just maybe didn't have the knowledge, and they might say something they shouldn't have said, but they didn't do it, you know, with any malice.
Well, it puts the company in very much kind of on kind of problems with it's not off cam or whatever society regulated by radio transmission.
Yes.
But obviously, if somebody comes along and says something inappropriate, that it can't be edited out, which is dangerous to that radio station. So I would be questioning the fact that,
I mean, a sweary word isn't the end of the world, but I prefer not to have it because we're guests in people's houses.
Well, exactly, yes, and it's under the 9 p.m. threshold as
yes.
well.
And I mean, I'm no saint, as you know, but I have said to people at work, I don't come to my work to hear bad language.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people understand that.
Well, this certain radio station, I would think that it needs to grow, and I don't want to float your boat, but it does need somebody, probably not, that's probably a poor example, probably does need actually you full stop. And that's something that I have to say that would grow this radio station because it's in Glasgow, it's born for Glasgow. The studios are in Glasgow, and it has to be probably a station that I think would thrive if you were, in it on a daily basis or just Monday to Friday. So I think that people really need to understand that they're missing something on that station because, quite frankly, the only time I tune into it was on a Sunday morning when they have the business programme and the occasional night just before I venture off to my choir practice on a Wednesday.
And without mentioning any names of this radio station, do you think it would benefit from a nighttime phone-in show?
Absolutely, 100%. I don't understand why DJs get paid the money to sit and just program CDs upon CDs upon song lists and take the odd call. There is no talent in that, and I'm sorry if I'm sounding quite outrageous when I say that, but the fact that you have the history of what you have done with national radio in the UK is testament to the success, and I really thought that people should be thinking about how to grow a radio station by having a live talk show, and I don't see anybody in Scotland currently doing that. So I have suggested it to the radio station, whether it's fallen on deaf ears or not.
You're very kind, but you and I live by the parable of the sower and the seed.
Well, this is it, and the thing that you're capable of doing is diversifying into the current generation. You're able to bring subjects of current and history, and that people like that are scarce in the media, and I think that they are not they're not listening, basically, and whether or not it's something that maybe they can't afford, which I always think is maybe the case, because at the end of the day, let's be honest, you're not going to come
McClue doesn't come cheap. People used to say Scottie McClue might not be cheap, but he is the best.
Well, if you want, at the end of the day, is my motto in life is, if you want a monkey, you pay peanuts.
Well, yes. I mean, I don't know if you remember the Trouble at the Top program when we launched Century Radio in Manchester, and the documentary said, and now it comes to the biggest investment, his biggest investment, you know, Scottie McClue.
Well, that's it. I mean, at the end of the day, you come as a brand.
We do come as a brand, and I mean, I think that people always know this, and I think that we can get down to some discussion, because the phone-in, the Scottie McClue phone-in, as you well know, operates on so many different levels. So there's something there for everyone. If somebody wants to phone up and stick their tongue out, they can do that. If somebody wants to talk about who should be the next Prime Minister, they can do that. If somebody wants to talk about the household of Mary Queen of Scots or James I, they can do that.
I've said it before, Scottie. I think the whole society of phone-ins has been destroyed by keyboard warriors. I've said that a million times to you. I can't stand.
But is that intentional because of the power of it? I mean, let's be honest. We don't know why. We still to this day don't know why something as successful as Scottie McClue disappeared from Scott FM. Right? So we haven't quite got to the bottom of that. And it's, 25 years ago or whatever. But having said that, it was the most successful radio program in Scotland ever.
Yeah, I mean, let's take an example of just something like that. In those days before the internet, we had things like, the ZX Spectrum or the Commodore Amiga, and actually, believe it or not, in some countries now, we're having these retro comebacks of games, Atari, ST, Amstrad. These guys are realizing that people of my generation are wanting to recreate their childhood.
Yes.
Not childhood, even just,
it's like vinyl records coming back, isn't it?
Exactly. And what should be included in that is the I mean, there is no one else to compare to what they called the shock jock in those days with you, Scott.
And I was never really actually a shock jock. Anyway, that was just because they have to label you with something. D. Gourley says Scottie could never be replaced. Scottie is radio and he belongs there. And 2 beautiful kisses.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, buddy, and this is my final word on it. If I had a radio station, I'll tell you what, you'd be back on Radio Gold, because I think that honestly there are people out there missing the golden goose, as they would say, because at the end of the day, you know, that's always going to be something that will be remembered. And hats off to you. You're still a household name.
We're still a household name, my dear man, and it's thanks to good people like yourself. And just before you go, you know, do you know that Westminster Abbey, of course, was a Catholic church because it was built around, what, 1100 or 900 or whatever it was, and it was the great Church of St. Peter.
I'll tell you better on that. A good friend of mine who was the assistant organist at Westminster Cathedral, a guy called James O'Donnell.
Wonderful, yes.
Later became the director of music at Westminster Cathedral,
yes.
and then resigned,
yes.
and then applied for the job at Westminster Abbey. And he is now today still the director of music at Westminster Abbey. So from somebody who was a Catholic Christian, who then wanted to better his career and decided that he has done the best that he can for the cathedral, who then went to apply to a promotion, was granted that, and he went from the cathedral to the abbey. So we have,
well, bless him, more power to his elbow, because, as you well know, you could hardly get a cigarette paper between High Anglican and the Catholic Mass.
That's correct. That's correct.
You know?
So we have, we have a director of music, cathedral organist, Catholic cathedral organist, playing in the Abbey, which I think is absolutely fantastic. My first post was in the Church of Scotland, and it was one of the best musical experiences in Edinburgh that I could ever remember. So it really was fantastic.
And did you give it loudly with some of the old Scottish psalms?
I did. So, I was fortunate enough to play the evensong at St Mary's Episcopal Cathedral.
Oh, I know it well. Wow, what a history of music St Mary's has.
It was absolutely fantastic, and I was delighted to meet the Dr. Dennis Townhill.
Yes, Dr. Townhill. And do you know that when you were playing that organ, yes, with all stops out, nobody would be able to hear a song at the back of the kirk?
Yes.
They wouldn't be able to hear a thing. I can remember singing in St Mary's, Palmerston Place. The organ was giving it full laldy. I don't think that's a stop, by the way, the laldy stop. And you couldn't hear a word that he was singing.
Yes, very, very. It was a 4-manual Henry Willis.
Gorgeous thing, a Father Willis.
It was a Father Willis, yes.
Gorgeous thing.
It's been restored, but it is still there today, and it's absolutely fantastic. It is the only church in Scotland that has daily choral evensong.
Love it.
So nice to have spoken to you again.
Always lovely speaking to you. We're just about out of time, Numpty, but thank you. And Mummy Paws has joined us and said, I'm late tonight because I was at church. So there you are.
Okay, buddy boy, all the best.
Love you lots. Thanks again. Dinky-Doo, sir. What a fine fellow. There we are. Numpty Heat in full form tonight. And he's suggesting McClue gets back on the radio. Be back on the radio before you know it. Mark my words, says Christopher. I thank you, Christopher. We do. What a great man, says Keith. You're very kind, Keith. Absolutely. Lol, Professor Numpty Heat. So there we have it. When caravans rock, it means it's either windy or someone's having a good time. Right, Numpty Heat. Hold on to your wellies, son, says Jerry. My caravan is rocking like a plane with turbulence. There was a lovely story I heard recently about a transatlantic airliner out in the middle of the Atlantic. The turbulence got really quite bad, and it was boom, dropping. And this traveler got so anxious, he said to the air stewardess, he said, Miss, could you tell me where the life jackets are? And she said, oh, now you're interested. I love it. Dinky-Doo. So there we go. I love it. Now, we're going to have to dash, guys. We're right out of time. Thank you so much for watching tonight. Love to our beautiful TikTokers and to all our lovely callers from tonight. From me, Scottie McClue, our next phone in tomorrow night. That's Thursday night, 9 o'clock sharp. Be there or be square. Until then, dinky-doo.